Being not expected to win, you have no choice but to try to go out and see if we can try to turn something around.
Do you see this as a game where your defense is pretty much going to have to play its ultimate game? To me, this game is always a defensive game anyway. So
Definitely.
So really, it's important for the defense to take control of this game.
Yeah, it's very important. Like I said before, it's going to be very important then to get started early. I mean, we can't let Corey Dillon think he can run the ball down our throats, and then we got to respect the run and the pass. And then if they have a pretty good 1-2, like throwing the ball and running the ball, it'll be a very long day for us. So we got to come out. We got to come out clicking. It's got to stop the run. Do what we learn how to do in Pop Warner. That's to tackle someone, stop somebody from running the ball first. Then once you do that, and then you focus on stopping the pass.
There's a big difference from last year. You played the Patriots. I mean, although they had Smith, but it's not the same, is it?
No, it's not the same. I mean, Dillon, he's a totally different back. I mean, he has all the packages. I mean, the size, speed, vision. You just can't ask me anything more out of a back. So as a defensive unit, we know what we have to do. Basically, I mean, on top of Dillon running the ball, Kevin Falk, he's no slouch back there as well. So pretty much, we gotta just stop him from running the ball. We know if once we stop him from running the ball, then we can focus on that pass thing and see how much pressure we can get.
How you step out running plays the game, going against the Titans and playing against him, now being a teammate with him again. Your impression of him changed through all that?
No, he's still the same. He's running big mauling type player, and just not just try to intimidate you, but really gets in you. He really makes it a physical game. So basically, just knowing if you're playing against a guy like that, trust me, guys across from him knowing that they probably in that weight room probably one more extra day, or they probably watching extra film, because playing against someone like that, you got to be ready, and you know it's going to be a long physical one.
What's he do to get on guys' nerves? I remember after you guys played him in 2000. What's he do that irritates defensive players?
He just does that thing that you don't expect linemen to do, as far as blocking downfield, and getting on your block and really driving guys. Some old linemen, he may just do his chill or whatever, but guys like that they really get on your nerves. Like I said, if the play's downfield or backside or whatever, he's that type of player who's going to chase the play down and try to knock somebody off the pile if he can.
You remember Keith Adams from your day?
All right, that was Javon Curse. We heard from Jeremiah Trotter. Andy Reid was asked about what the battle in the trenches is going to be like. How do you see that matchup between the Eagles' defensive line and the Patriots' offensive line?
Well, neither lines are huge physically, but they're both very athletic, especially the Eagles' defensive line. They're smaller, not real small, but smaller, but very athletic. But the Patriots' offensive line is not a huge offensive line either. So I think the Eagles' defensive line matches up very well with the Patriots' offense.
All right, Coach, we're going to continue here with our coverage here at the Super Bowl. We're going to hear from the People's Champ, Freddie Mitchell, when we continue here from the Sawgrass Marriott. NFL Network at the Super Bowl. Our coverage continues. The always colorful Terrell Owens continues to address the media. We pick him up live.
That's what the biggest part of being a teammate is, and you get teammate and you take that first word as being a team. And I've always felt like I was a good teammate. I've always been a team player.
Tio, is there been anything about this week that surprised you, that's caught you off guard?
Nothing just yet. I'm just ready. I'm waiting.
Is it something that you expected there the week too?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a person that kind of visualize things, and this media crowd, this is not overwhelming for me. This is something that I kind of expected. So this is just another day for me.
Is there anything else in preparation for the week that's caught you off guard at all?
No, I think right now everything is just in slow motion. It seems like, I guess when you're anxiously awaiting something, it seems like it takes forever to get here. It's about like Christmas. You're ready for Christmas to get here. It seems like the week is going by slow.
Between yesterday's press conference and this one, what are some of the things that you do specifically to rehab and make sure, work on your leg and that sort of thing?
I'm just doing the things that Rick is telling me to do, and there's really nothing any different than what I've been doing prior to getting down here in Jacksonville. That's just the number of drills that I do before going out on the field. Getting a little treatment on the inside, warming up a little bit. So other than that, nothing different.
How important is it to make some big plays against this young defense and kind of stretch them out so they're not in Donovan's face?
I mean, that's why I came here, to make big plays. I think if I got to be characterized as the things that I've done has been characterized as being a big playmaker, and so that's what I thrive in doing, and that's what I expect to do on Sunday.
Obviously, you think your leg is going to be fine. You know your leg's going to be fine. What's the timing between yourself and Donovan? Can you get that back fast?
Yeah, I mean, if you ask Rick, which is our trainer, he'll tell you how quick my learning curve is, how quick I am to respond, quickly to a lot of things. So, like I said, everybody's different, and I feel like that's part of making me who I am.
The media continues to swarm here at the Sawgrass Marriott. Another one of the key weapons for the Eagles, Brian Westbrook. Let's listen to him live.
Should there be?
Well, I think Dorsey has been a great source of leadership for me probably since I came in the league. He was here my rookie year, as well as I've kept in contact with him while he was gone. And when he came back this year, he's been a source of leadership for us as a team, and a leader for me as well. Now he's been in the Super Bowl twice. And he knows everything that's going to go on. He understands the ins and outs of it. And he's been a great source of leadership as well as experience for us.
Has he also said, he told me he tries to tell the guys to not only work hard and stay focused, but kind of enjoy the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy where you are. So
he's definitely said just try to enjoy the moment, try to enjoy the things going on, because you never know when you're going to be back. He's been in the league. This is his 11th year. He's only been in 3. It's his 3rd one, which is really a lot for a player. But he could have easily been only in 2, and I'm sure that he's happy that he's back. But he also says, look around, enjoy your time here, because you never know when you can be back, and you never know if you're ever going to be back. I think that Donovan has just stepped up as a player. He always had the ability. He's always had the capability to do big things in the game. But this year he's stepped up a little bit more than he has in the past. And, he's just been making big plays all season long, big throws as well as big runs.
All right, that was Brian Westbrook. We will continue our coverage here at Super Bowl 39. Lito Sheppard among the many players that we expect to hear from as we continue our coverage here at the Sawgrass Marriott. We'll be right back. The U.S. Navy, the largest employer in the city of Jacksonville. There you see the famous Blue Angels. And here at the top of the hour, Darren Horton and Jim Mora with you from the Sawgrass Marriott. We are covering the Philadelphia Eagles press conference. Let's take you now over to Lito Sheppard, who is addressing the press. We pick him up live.
You enjoying?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Good. Terrell said he's taking all the wide receivers to the Pro Bowl. Are you and Doc and take Sheldon over there with him?
I've been asking him that for the longest. He still haven't gave me an answer yet, but he's got the invitation, and if he want to go, he's more than welcome to come. So I think he's going to go. He's leaning toward it, but I don't know yet.
You think he feels a little bit uncomfortable because he didn't get selected?
I don't know. I mean, maybe if I was in a predicament, maybe I would a little bit, but, it's all out of love, and he knows we're not looking at it in that sense. We just want to go over there and have a good time and be with the people we feel like who helped us along the way to get there. And, that's the way I would feel about it. But, I don't think it's a factor playing in that role like that. Sweet. All right. What's going on? Appreciate it. All right, good.
Talk a little about playing this game, close to where you went to school and the whole thing down at the University of Florida, and just the feelings that you might have with this.
I'm excited about this. Playing in a Super Bowl in my hometown, I mean, this is something I don't know who can plan it out this way. Playing at Florida, I played here 3 years for the Florida-Georgia game, and you know, that's been a big experience for me here, and I just been able to play in front of the home crowd on a regular basis, and I'm having one more opportunity to do so, and I'm loving it.
Talk a little bit about what your experiences in Florida have taught you to prepare for these games and get you to where you are.
I mean, we played in front of 85, close to 90,000 fans every week, and you know, with the noise factor and the magnitude of those games, I mean, it's unbelievable. And not to say these crowds don't be big, but I don't think they can ever match the electricity of a college game. And I think when you're playing a lot of big games like that throughout your career, it prepares you for the type of games like this.
Has this been everything that you've thought of? I mean, the struggles of getting this team here to the Super Bowl and your experiences so far this week?
It hasn't been too much of a hassle. A lot of questions, you know, being that I'm from the city, but I mean, I'm feeling comfortable. I don't feel any added pressure, being that I'm from the city, and you know, I know it's a lot of questions going to be thrown my way, but I'm just looking to have fun and be productive in the game. I appreciate it. Thank you. Come on, you probably already be over there, man. You probably be waiting as soon as we get out the plane.
Sheldon Brown was talking.
All right, that's Lito Shepherd, a hometown man from Jacksonville. Another native from the state of Florida is Freddie Mitchell. Let's hear from him.
He's going to have a huge game. I mean, he's put the preparation into the whole situation, into you know, winning the game, and I think that he's going to have a huge game. That's why I think, you know, he's really not getting a lot of hype, and he's really not getting as much talk as he should, you know, and I think that there's two excellent quarterbacks battling it out.
What do you think his best hitting quality is? I mean, everyone talks about how he can throw it, how he can run, how he can move.
First of all, best hitting quality. I think that the chemistry that he has with the teammates is huge. As far as knowing what's getting in your player's mind and knowing what you're going to do at certain times.
All right, Freddie Mitchell clearly seems he's been muzzled by his head coach, Andy Reid. Do you think too much was made of the comments that Freddie Mitchell made?
No, I don't. I think he made some comments that gave the Patriots a little bit of an edge, and they reacted back. But I wasn't in favor of what he said. I don't think Andy Reid was either. Obviously, Andy had a nice talk with Freddie. Mm-hmm. Freddie's been pretty quiet since then.
Well, one guy who certainly speaks his mind is Terrell Owens. Let's pick him up live.
A few teams of me going to, then obviously when it really got down to the nitty-gritty, Philadelphia, you know, was the top of my choice. Yeah, I think so. I think just for me to get a little familiarity with him in the Pro Bowl, and just you don't really get a whole lot of plays, but we were in sync, you know, from the first two times that we played on that field together. I think so. I think with the given time that we had the chance to work together, you know, I just think it was inevitable.
What's that?
Is arm strength a big difference between Donovan and Jeff? Because I mean, you know, Jeff.
I mean, I think that was the biggest difference, and you know, I think every quarterback has strengths and weaknesses.
Is there anything about Donovan's game that surprised you that you didn't expect?
No, not at all. But I think the things that you know, obviously that people see on the highlights, or some of the things that I've seen on the highlights, and obviously as a player, you kind of see things more, you know, more in depth than the average person. But you know, Donovan's a special guy. He's a special quarterback. He does some special things out there on the field. So, you know, I feel like I'm a special type of receiver. So I think when you get two special people together, obviously you're going to get some special things out of it.
Hey, Gio, whether you play or not on Sunday, how much fun are you having this week?
I'm having a good time. You know, I think the week is going by kind of slow, but, you know, this is the whole process of Super Bowl, and I'm enjoying it. Freddie is kind of old school a little bit. You can tell by the facial hair on his face. You know, he's kind of a rugged guy, and you know, that's how he plays. You know, Freddie, you can talk to Freddie, and he can come across as the most intellectual, articulate guy, and but when he's on that field, he's a different guy. And off the field, like I said, he comes across intellectual, but he's a different breed.
All right, from arguably the best wide receiver in football to arguably the best safety in football, here's Brian Dawkins.
Emmett Thomas. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we teased him a lot because, you know, I think he's up there, way up there with interceptions, and he was always talking about how good his hands were. But he's another guy, man, that I give a lot of credit for who I am as a player. From him speaking to me and speaking positive things into me, from being a rookie of, you know, basically saying that, dog, you can be one of the best safeties in the game, period, if you learn your S. And he didn't say stuff either. If you learn your stuff, you can and believe in what you can do, you can be the best safety in the game. And I'm like, man, you got your mind. I'm not. But at the time, he saw something in me. That's the way they drafted me. That's why he put so much pressure on me in the beginning, man. I thank him a lot for what he did. He put so much pressure on me to learn my stuff, to challenge receivers and not back off of them all the time, and to play the game. And also, he was one of the guys that, well, like I was just talking about that tackling thing. He was one of the guys that, kind of taught me to pick and choose my spots, because he was like, you're not going to last trying to hit everybody the way you hit them. Because I wasn't the biggest cat in the world when I first got in the league.
John and I were just talking about the sort of re-emergence of safeties. When he first came in the league, that was the first time they were 8 guys in the box. And then they started finding ways to use them. Talk a little bit philosophically about the role of safeties and how critical it is to have.
Well, when I came in, it was different. When I came in the league, I think Emmett did something different than what everybody else was doing. He brought me in, because when I was coming out, I wasn't big enough. I was supposed to be 6'2", 215 to play safety. And if you're not that, you're too small. You can't last. But when he brought me in saying that teams pass so much that we need somebody that can cover also as a safety. We need somebody that can make plays on the ball at safety. And that's what he brought me in as, a guy that can cover. I was aggressive and a good tackler, but he brought me in because I can cover the third receiver if need be, whoever that third receiver was. So when I came in, it wasn't so much as putting guys in the box. You had, I think, Denver at the time coming along and doing the spread sets and different receivers and all that stuff. So that's one of the reasons that he brought me in. So I think now you see today that it's not a big emphasis on size at safety. It's not, Ed is not the biggest of guys, but he's making the plays. And so it's all about playmakers. It's all about guys that can, no matter your size, it's all about a guy that can come up and make the tackle when need be. But if the ball is in the air, to not just break it up, to pick it, and to make plays all over the place, even if it's sacks and blitzing. So I think the game has changed and evolved so much at the safety position, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Brian, how much, kind of an off-the-wall question, but I mean, you're not thinking about money when you're at this
Right.
game. You're going to get that ring and whatever.
Right.
But this game generates a ton of money.
Yes, yes, yes.
It needs to TV revenues. You guys, I think, you get $68,000 if you win on. Nice, not bad.
Yeah.
For 3 hours of work.
Yeah.
It seems a little light compared to what this game generates for the league and for the TV network. Do you think you guys are getting a fair share of the money? Would you like to see, when you see baseball players get a couple $100,000 for winning the World Series?
I mean, there's always room for improvement. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I wouldn't like to see improvement. But you know what? I think the lure of playing this game, to be in the Super Bowl and to be playing for something that that will never go away. Everybody wants a little cheese, a little money. But to have something, a ring, that nobody can ever take away, that money can come and go, but that ring is going to stay there. It's going to be with you. You put it in your safe, and that's going to be with you forever. So I think the allure of that kind of counterparts anything else that somebody may be thinking about as far as money goes.
And Brian Dawkins talking about the significance of that Super Bowl ring. It was interesting hearing him talk about how Jim Johnson brought him in. He wasn't necessarily the prototypical safety, a little on the smaller side, but he is certainly the prototype now.
Well, yeah, because he's a physical player. I mean, he's not the biggest safety in the league, but he plays big. He plays physically. He's a great tackler, but he's got the speed to cover, and that allows you to do a lot of things differently in the secondary if you've got those safeties that can cover the wide receivers, and he can do that. He's big enough. Trust me.
I want to go back to Terrell Owens. Interesting. He talked about the significance of the Pro Bowl, and that's where he and Donovan McNabb kind of realized they have some chemistry.
Well, if you're a good receiver, you want to be hooked up with a good quarterback, and vice versa. You look at that Indianapolis Colts team, those wide receivers are better because of Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning is better because of those wide receivers. So this is what you want to do. Great receiver, great quarterback. And then you're much better. Both of you are better.
All right, Coach. NFL Network coverage of the Super Bowl continues. The media crush is on. We'll have much more from the Eagles press conference here at the Sawgrass Marriott as we continue our coverage. We'll be right back.